are you truly getting out of your sales team what you desire? And if the answer is no, then you have to decide what it's going to take to get what you want out of that organization. Are there things that you can do? Because if I'm going to have a consultation with a CEO, VP of sales, the first thing I'm going to say to them is, what are you doing? And can you do more of it? I don't want to be paid to do something that you can do. And so that's a question that needs to be asked internally is, have we done everything that we can do? And if not, why? Is it a lack of knowledge? Is it a lack of time? Is it a lack of another resource? And so if you answer yes to one of those three things, well, then that's where there's a consideration for me to become an entry point. If you don't have the time, I've got the time to serve as an outside counsel and resource to you, to your team, to your efforts. If it's you don't have the knowledge, thankfully, I have 25 years of sales and leadership experience, not only for myself, but in working with organizations from service-based businesses to software, to medical device, insurance, and everything in between. So I have a lot of experience there. I think the number one reason why people actually bring me into the organization is because they're just sick and tired of being where they are. And what's fascinating is that's typically not the struggling organization like you would think. There are a lot of organizations that do approach me and they're struggling and they need to get out of their own way. They desperately need to generate revenue. But more often than not, it's the high performers that are sick of being at a plateau. And what I bring to them is almost never something they don't know. And you may say to yourself, then why would I ever spend money on that? What I am uniquely wired to do and what I believe God has gifted me with the ability to do is to be able to see inside of people the things they can't see inside of themselves, help bring those things to the surface and really just become a mirror to reflect that back to them. It's like we know in our own head what to do, but it takes saying it out loud to realize, oh my gosh, I haven't been doing that, or not the way that I should. And so I become an objective voice. Part of that objectivity, by the way, is I'm not tied to an outcome. I frankly don't care. I mean, I care about their success, but I don't care enough to mince words. You've already paid me, so I'm not here to make you happy. I'm here to make you successful. I want to do that ethically, morally, and aligned with my values, but I'll just say it like it is. And so if you've got an underperformer that you're holding on to that's sucking you dry, I'm the first one to say, get them out of here. If you're holding on to a high performer that's killing it for you but is toxic to your culture, I'm the first one to say, get them out of here. I'm also, though, the first one to look past bias and see that there's an opportunity to work with a team member that's struggling, but I can see that it's something that's outside of the workplace that I can talk to them about, that I can address with them and help them to heal from, so then they can go perform at a high level in the organization. And then finally, most organizations don't have sales structure. Yes, they have a team. Yes, they sell things, but they don't have a defined structure. They don't have a defined process. What we call is a defined playbook. And so we go in and we help them to create that playbook, which could be everything from recruiting, hiring and onboarding of your team, to their management and success, all the way through to lead gen, marketing, sales conversion, and finally product delivery on the back end, which is all part of the sales component of the organization. I say parts of because we don't always do it all, because some organizations have some piece of that, or they're prioritizing certain pieces over others. And so that really depends on the organization's need. But those are a lot of the reasons why people bring us in. But again, I just want to go back to, it's got to first be a decision of their own to say what we're doing isn't working. And frankly, we either can't or don't want to do what it's going to take to go forward on our own.